Our next guest calls themselves the original lifestyle audio brand, and that gets your attention, certainly. We've caught up with them here at IFA, and they're back to bring us the latest from their product line. Marketing Director for Europe for Skullcandy is Thierry Peuchot. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Glad to have you with us on this day of recording interviews, first day of rainy weather here in Berlin. I don't have to tell you, you're here with us. But the first part of IFA, the first several days, and the press days were all beautiful weather.
I think we've gone through 60 days of sun.
Yes, it's amazing.
It's turning rainy today.
Yeah, I guess the plants need a little water occasionally, so we've got to have a little of that for a couple of days, and then clearing up in time for the Into Tomorrow team to tour a little bit of Berlin, especially those who've not been with us. Iggy and Amanda and Samantha and Cameron never having been here, so they're going to get to see some things, even with an umbrella. On Wednesday. City. Yes, it is. Beautiful city. So Skullcandy always getting appropriate attention at all the different trade shows, whether it be CES or IFA and so forth. What are you showing here at IFA?
Well, we're actually we're showing a piece that launched in the US back in April, but we're launching it now in Europe, called the Crusher.
The Crusher.
The Crusher.
As in Candy Crusher, Skullcandy Crusher.
They used to be called the Skull Crushers.
Oh, geez.
Pretty explicit.
Yes,
back in the days.
A little harsh.
There's a 1.0 version that came out about 3-4 years ago.
Ah.
And this is the new and revised version, a little bit more subtle, called the Crusher.
Okay, the Skullcandy Crusher. Now, what makes it different? It looks to me like it's more designed perhaps for gaming or for any audio needs.
Actually, if you look at it, the way it's designed is pretty much, you could think of a power car. It's actually inspired by power cars. The actual design, very
by race
square.
cars?
Yeah, power car.
Oh,
like
yeah?
think Dodge Charger, basically, in a headphone.
Okay, there you go.
So if it looks so mean, like a Charger, you've got to have the appropriate engine in it, which is what this headphone does exactly.
Gotcha.
So the idea of the Crusher is to duplicate a bass night in a club. So if you walk into a club and it's bass night, and there's a lot of that going on in the UK, you walk in and there's a lot of infra bass that gets to you, so you can actually feel the bass.
Yeah.
You walk in, you don't just hear it, you actually feel it. Those headphones are made to duplicate that. So
is that what this slider is? Well, it's hard to do now because I'm wearing headphones.
I'm going to get to take those
to speak
competitor
to you.
headphones off.
Yeah, probably not during the interview. What does this slider do that I'm noticing on the side of the headphones? And remind our audience that if you're just listening on the radio at the moment, then visit intotomorrow.com. You'll see the video. Tell me about this.
So you have, in the headphones, there's two drivers. There's one that allows you to listen to your music normally.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, a 55mm driver, that's powered by a battery. When the battery is in and you turn this little knob off, up, you actually feel the bass resonate in your face.
In your skull.
In your skull.
Thus the Skullcandy part of it. It crushes your skull.
The battery is housed here.
Okay.
Inside the cup. Here.
Slow movements so Chris can keep an eye on it.
Oh,
there you go. It's a simple AA battery inside the earpiece.
Absolutely. If you take it out and you don't have it or it's dead, it still works as a normal headphone.
Okay.
But when it's in,
but you just can't crush your skull if you have no fresh battery.
You won't feel that bass the way it's supposed to be felt.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it powers a subwoofer basically that activates the 55mm driver. So you've got a subwoofer in your
skull.
In your skull.
Oh, okay, very good.
That's
And feel the vibration, of course, is the key.
You actually feel it. The whole tagline is bass you can feel, and that's what we try to duplicate.
Cool. Well, what else is in the offering from Skullcandy, perhaps slightly into tomorrow? You're always working on fun new products?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of new things coming up, but there's one thing that we're targeting that's going to launch later in October, which is very European-centric, although we try to have a global approach as far as the offering, is football or soccer, how you'd call it in the US.
You say football here, and then the US is going to go NFL. No,
exactly.
You're talking about soccer. All right.
Soccer. Pelé and those guys.
Yes.
So in the US, NBA has been a big thing for us. We have the license for the NBA. We have MLB now, actually.
Wow.
We sponsor some NBA players, some NFL players. In Europe, we're launching the football or the soccer line, including great clubs like Barcelona, Chelsea, Olympique Marseille in France, or Inter Milan in Italy.
Terrific. You guys are becoming even more and more sports-centric as well, and that's kind of cool.
Very sports-centric.
Do check out their full line of goodies, skullcandy.com, SKULL candy.com. We'll link you there, too, of course, when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us here at IFA, and we'll let you get back to your busy booth.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
It's our pleasure. We're back with more from Berlin, Germany, in our 10th anniversary edition of IFA. I'm Dave Graveline, bringing you further into tomorrow from Berlin on the Advanced Media Network.